Hi, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another sort of Walking Dead Season 5 finale, not necessarily a death predictions video, but we're going to be talking about some different possibilities, talking about some theories that will apply. There's going to be Q&A Part 3 leading up to the Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 14, Spend. Okay, and if you guys don't know, if you missed yesterday's Q&A video, we did talk briefly, even though we didn't get into details, about some spoilers that have been released for Spend. So be wary of the comments, be wary of, looking through them, because you may see some spoilers there for episode 14 for this Sunday's episode. So just a heads up for you guys for that. If you don't want to know, stay offline, stay out of comments. You can watch my videos, but just don't scroll down. That said, if you guys want to see me do a video giving my thoughts on them, on the thing is we don't know for sure 100% if it is legitimate. But yeah, if you want to see me do a video giving my thoughts on them prior, I can do that. Otherwise, I can just wait until after we actually see the episode. Probably makes sense at this point to just wait until the episode airs before I give my thoughts on those spoilers. So in this video, what we're going to be talking about, we've got a few different things, plus, your guys' questions. Spoiler warning if you're not caught up on The Walking Dead. So this is one that I heard people talking about in the comments. We're kind of trying to narrow down or think of who will probably be killed off in the finale, because we know, as Norman Reedus said to bring Kleenex to the finale, that somebody's going to be killed off for sure. There's no question about that. Someone's gonna die. Who's it going to be? If he tells us to bring Kleenex, it probably will have to be somebody important, right? So we talked about the possibility of Daryl. Doesn't seem very likely. We talked about in the Q&A, but who knows? I mean, at this point, they're going to kill Tyrese off like nothing. Who knows? I would be shocked if they killed Daryl still, but I do think it's in the realm of possibility. This one, we're going to be talking about Carol and Glen, because I've had a good number of comments about Glen and the possibility of him being killed off. Same with Carol. With Carol, I feel like she's one of the more likely characters, and that's why in my death predictions video for this half, for the second half, I did put her near the top of the list with Tyrese and Sasha. Now that we're seeing that Sasha's going to seemingly become the comic book series Andrea Sniper, to me, she seems more safe. So it seems like Sasha may actually be a character that may be in the series for quite a while. With regards to Carol, Carol is a character this season, just like Beth, and Tyrese too, that has had a lot of concentration as we've gone through. And if you look at previous seasons, you've got season 3 with characters like Andrea, Milton, Merle, and many others as seasons go through. We do have what seems to be a kind of a season type character, or certain characters get heavy concentration through a season or a half, like Herschel in the first half of season 4, and then are often killed off. Carol has had a lot of concentration in season 5. She's had a lot of time. She saved the group from Terminus, right? She has, since then, she had the episode with Daryl where they went after Beth. And then, carrying onward, we've had her in Alexandria kind of playing possum, so to speak, and the recent concentration with her and making cookies, and Sam, the Cookie Monster, coming after her, in which she scares the bejesus out of him with what she tells him. Now, here is the theory, or the kind of consensus. I don't have anyone's name in particular that we've come to with regards to the possibility of Carol, or making a case, a theory for Carol. So with Carol, she threatens Sam, and in the Walking Dead comic book series, of course, Sam is Peter's son, Peter and Jesse's son. So the question really here is, will Sam tattletale? Will Sam clam up and keep quiet, or will he tell Mommy and Daddy, will he tell Jesse and Peter, especially Peter, what Carol said to him, what happened with that? And if he does, what will they do? If Peter finds out that Carol told Sam that she was going to, take him far away from Alexandria, tie him up to a tree, let him scream until zombies come and eat him. But yeah, that's pretty much what she said. Or if he keeps quiet, she'll make him all the cookies that he wants. So, should he tell Peter, what would Peter do? Now, this could be a good setup for the finale, I do think. I can't tell right now if it's going to happen or if he's going to stay quiet. If I was a kid, I would keep quiet. I'm just saying. I don't know about you guys, but if Carol said that to me, I would be, I'd take all the cookies and I would shut the F up, right? So, will the Cookie Monster tattle? If he does, could we see Peter go after Carol? I do think so. I mean, he's a drunk, right? We know the comic book series version of him. He can become aggressive. And I do think if he finds out about this, that he may attack Carol, or he may at least go and talk with Deanna and just go nuts on them and Carol, because no one's going to believe that, I don't think. I don't think anybody from Alexandria, Deanna, or any of the others are going to believe that Carol said this to Sam. Maybe he'll have nightmares or something. He'll be crying. I don't know. And possibly he will tell Peter and Jesse what happened. Peter could attack Carol, and we could see something in the finale like Rick killing Peter or something of the sort. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But to me, it seems like a good setup. That's what I'll say, right? So there's the case for this kind of theory. And in the mix, will Peter end up killing Carol? I don't think so. I don't think he's going to be able to totally kill her. In the comic book series version, it's something similar, not exactly the same, but somewhat similar type of situation. Not exactly, but close enough, I guess. He ends up killing Douglas's wife, who doesn't exist in the TV series, but we do have her husband, Reg. So we could see him being killed, and then Rick end up killing Peter. But we only have 3 episodes, so this could be something that carries on into the next half of season 6 or something. We'll have to wait and see. However, did want to give my thoughts on the possibility of Carol being killed in the finale. Also, with her, I mean, I'd say it's doubtful, but I do think she's one of the more likely characters, and I would be really, really upset if they killed her off. But it would make sense because she's had so much time this season that I do think she's one of those characters that really has had a chance to shine and had a lot of time, and could be on the firing line now since she has had so much. So those are kind of my thoughts on the Carol theory, or on the Carol possibility. There's the setup for it. Will it happen? Will it not happen? We don't have any promo info yet, or any leaked knowledge with regards to that, of whether or not that's going to be what exactly happens. Just a theory right now. So wanted to throw that out there for you guys. Write it in the comments below what you think about that. What you think about Carol. Do you think she is still in question, or do you think she's probably safe because she'll probably be a long-term survivor? Which I hope she will be. Same with Daryl. But, here and there, characters do have to die. Characters do have to be killed off. Of course, there's always Tara and characters like that, and Noah and the others that could be killed off at basically any time, pretty much, without anybody being too upset about it. So we'll get to the one about Glen. I've got some other things here to touch on. So I did get confirmation from TheWalkingDead.com. Just want to let you guys know in a letter they sent out about the spin-off series that the first season will be 6 episodes. People are also saying the second season is 6 episodes, but I haven't seen confirmation of that because, of course, that's a ways off at this point anyway. I would think if the first season's a success at 6, the second season would probably be extended, would be more episodes. I don't think 6 episodes it's okay for a first season to give us a taste of what we're looking at. But as you get into a show, 6 episodes a season it's not very much. I'd like to see more than that. So hopefully we'll get to 10, 12. I don't think we'll get 16, but 10 or 12 would be good. So we'll have to see how the first season of the spinoff goes. Cobalt, Fear of the Walking Dead, whatever it's going to be called. First season will hit this summer, end of the summer. So second season, hopefully, will be more episodes. 6 isn't bad. I'm happy we're getting it at least. I'm happy we're getting 6. I'd like to see more, though. But wanted to give you guys that information if you didn't know about that as well. So we've got a couple here. This question is from James Wilmot. He says, I did a search, or this is more like a comment. I did a search, television series by popularity, and found on IMDB site that talks about the most popular shows. I don't know if they base how they base the popularity, and I have nothing to do with the site or IMDB. Several shows you have reviewed are near the top of the list. Interestingly, The Walking Dead was number 1 yesterday and number 2 today. Tell you this as I consider you the top channel in terms of what I watch, and I want to help you stay on top if I can. Thanks very much for the hard work. So that's from James. So thank you, James. My channel is not really a top channel. My channel is what it is. I do the best I can with the time that I have. There's lots of channels out there that have millions of subscribers or hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I just passed like 120 the other day. So, slow and steady, 4 years in, 120. It takes time, right? It takes time to build. It's not bad. I'm happy with the success of the channel and how it's done. But with regards to TV series popularity, will always change. There'll always be shows that come in, shows that go out. Game of Thrones is going to be starting soon. When it's on, it'll probably be number 1. There's House of Cards, which I think is number one right now. Last time when I checked this, when I'm doing this video, I checked this prior. House of Cards was number one. So you got Arrow in there, Flash, you got Gotham, you've got a lot of these other shows that they're on. But it doesn't necessarily mean that making videos with the channel makes sense for all of them. Some people have asked me to review Arrow, review The Flash, these types of shows. Almost no interest. I've been reviewing Gotham almost all season, and at this point I almost just stopped doing it because nobody wants to watch the reviews, right? So a lot of people like to watch a show. It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to like the show enough to watch reviews or predictions or videos like that on it. There's only certain ones. Game of Thrones, The Walking Dead, some of the others I do, Better Call Saul and shows like that. Some of them can get enough views, make it worth my while to actually do them. I usually don't make videos if no one's going to watch, right? I mean, I'll watch a show. Like, a lot of times I'll watch Gotham, but I won't review it because nobody watches the reviews, right? So, and that's just, I wish they did. Arrow is the same. Nobody watches it. So, that's why I don't continue with the reviews. It's just, if it gets less than 5,000 or 10,000 views for a review, I probably should just make Walking Dead stuff at that point because more people want to watch that, and I have to do what you guys like. That's part of what I do, is I have to satisfy the audience, right? And that's part of it. You have to, right? So, yeah, but, I try to review as many other shows as I can. It's just The Walking Dead is my favorite. It's my favorite TV series of all time, and whether or not it's the most popular or not, popularity is popularity. There's some shows that are not that popular that are really good. The Strain is an example of a show that is, man, such an awesome show on FX. Fargo, another one. There's lots of awesome shows that almost nobody watches. So, if I like the show enough, I will review it. Gotham is one that I've continued to review off and on because I do love it so much. Even though not that many people watch the reviews, almost nobody does, to tell you the truth. Arrow and Flash are the same for me. I don't know, some channels can review them and people watch the reviews. So it's just, it's weird how it works out that way. Anyway, next question. So good question from James. And I hope The Walking Dead remains to be the most, it's an awesome show, man. I don't know if it is really the number one show. There's a lot of different metrics and stuff, and you get channels involved. Like if you have an FX show, for example, almost nobody will see it, but it could be one of the best shows. But nobody will see it because you got to pay for it, pay for the channel, I believe, or that subscription. And HBO is similar to that. So I think Game of Thrones probably, if I had to say what's the most popular show on TV, I'd probably guess Game of Thrones. I didn't say it's my favorite. Walking Dead is my favorite. I think Game of Thrones is bigger than Walking Dead. And that's from somebody who reviews both and talks about both. I'm pretty sure Game of Thrones is the biggest show on TV. I would say that. But it's because it's HBO, it's subscription-based. You can't really compare the metrics. But I think Game of Thrones is bigger than The Walking Dead, to tell you the truth. Okay, anyway, but The Walking Dead will always be my favorite, and it's the one that I like the best, regardless of how popular it is or it isn't. I would still make videos for it if nobody watched them. So, but that's because that's how much I love it. So, anyway, next one is from Ultimate Storms, and he says, "Hey Trev, hope you're doing well. I just started a YouTube channel, and I do Walking Dead videos too. I was wondering if it's fine by you because I don't want to copy anything. I have gameplay in the background, so that's less copying. I would love if you checked out one of my videos and tell me what you think about it. My videos are a couple minutes long." He says, "Big fan of yours. Keep up the great work, Trev. And got any new tips for people that are new on YouTube?" This is from Ultimate Storms. So check out this channel if you guys are interested. Ultimate Storms, with a Z for the storms. And some other people have asked me to do collaborations recently and stuff like that. I wish I had time with you guys. It's hard enough for me just to get done what I'm doing right now, do my day job, and then also get done everything else I have to do in life. And the other thing with collabs is I don't want to do a collaboration with one person because then other people would, get angry that I'm not doing it with them. You know what I mean? So like if I do one with one person, others might get angry. So that's why I haven't really done that. And my hours are crazy. I make videos like right now it's 12:19 a.m. I make videos late at night and stuff. So it's something in the future, if I get more time, that I'd like to do some collaborations with different YouTubers and people. So if you're out there and you review The Walking Dead or you do videos about Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, any shows, stuff that I do as well too, hit me up. Maybe eventually I'll start doing collabs with people. But with regards to what he's saying, with regards to less copying, you're not copying me if you do The Walking Dead. You're not copying me if you do. Okay, let me just be honest here. There's lots of channels on YouTube. There's probably 50 or so that do videos very similar to me. Or if I make a video on something, they'll make a video on something. If I do something else, they'll do something else. And they don't really do anything extra aside from what I do. That's whatever. Is it copying? Yeah, I guess so, but not exactly. Just because you review The Walking Dead, no. But if you do every video I do right after I do it exactly, which there are some channels that do that. And I would just say that you're only hurting yourself if all you're doing is copying off somebody else. You have to be yourself. You have to be original. You have to be remarkable. And once you find your own thing on YouTube, then you will, your channel will grow and you will be happy and you'll get lots of subscribers and lots of positive feedback. But you got to be yourself. If you're just copying somebody else, it's probably not going to work for you, to tell you the truth. You got to find your own thing. People that do death predictions is a good example. Now, granted that they're even asking for predictions on Talking Dead now and stuff like that. So I'm not saying I invented it or anything like that. But, these are things I thought of to make videos on, and over time have become very popular. Other people that do the same thing and they don't get many views and stuff, and they start wondering, well, how come he gets? And I've been doing it for 4 years. So you kind of have to find stuff that you're doing that I'm not doing that could work for you. And that's advice to anybody who makes videos on anything. It doesn't have to be Walking Dead or whatever. That's just what I choose to do. I could just stop doing The Walking Dead 100%, but everybody would be pissed off. I'd just say, I'm going to go do Game of Thrones. The channel would probably be even bigger, let's be honest, right? So, because like I said, Game of Thrones actually is bigger than The Walking Dead. If you don't believe me, the online community for Game of Thrones is ridiculous. But yeah, you're not copying me just because you do similar type of videos. If you're following and doing that and doing every single one, because there are some channels I've seen do that over the 4 or 5 years I've been on YouTube. It's almost like trolling in some cases. Nobody's doing that to me right now, but I've had people do that in the past before, especially with Jess, because she's got a channel too. Some people do that, and it's like, you know what? Just focus on your own thing, and if you keep focusing on someone else, you're just hurting yourself. You're hurting yourself. You're holding yourself back from what you could do, and being creative, because that's what it's all about. It's all about being creative. It's not about being a robot, and doing the same thing over and over again, like a machine, like a line, right? If you're working on like an automobile line or something, if that's what you're doing, then it's probably not going to work. You got to be creative. You got to come up with your own thing. Don't copy other people. Don't do the same thing as other people. But you're not copying just because you do some similar videos. If you do every single one that someone else does right after they do it for months on end, okay, now you're copying. Now you're hurting yourself. You'll pay the consequences because no one will follow you when you're just doing the exact same thing someone else is doing. Okay, so tips for people that are starting out on YouTube: be yourself, do what you love, do what you enjoy, and people who love and enjoy the same thing will come and support you. That I promise you. Be remarkable. Be yourself. Don't try to be me. There's some people out there I've seen that try to talk just like me or act just like me. It's like, no, be you. Don't be me. I'm me. People will come here to see me. People want to see you because you're different. There's lots of people that don't like me. So if they don't like me and you're just like me, they're not going to like you either. So be yourself is all I got to say, and work hard. And over a few years, it will pay off eventually, and you will develop a big channel. Cool. So because we're going on some time here, I want to wrap up with the Glen thought, because I did promise that. This one is from the Jordo Media and also Miroslav Klose, and they both say, or they basically say, Miroslav says, what do you think about Glen's future on the show? And then the Gordo Media says, hey Trev, do you think due to the recent predictions of season finale death, they will kill off Glen to surprise the viewers? I personally think that killing him off before Negan shows up will give the show a real shock value. Well, you're right. You're absolutely right. And he has had a little bit of time recently, not a tremendous amount, but he's had time throughout the whole show. He's had a lot of time to grow, and he's become pretty badass. So I could see if they did kill him off in the finale coming up. It would be a huge shock though, because he's such a likable character. How could you not like him? He's so nice to everybody, and he's he does what's right, and punching Aiden and everything. It was funny. He's got the relationship with Maggie, everything like that. So, yeah, but you're probably right. If they're going to kill him off, it won't be the same time that, with Negan. That won't be what happened. It's going to be different, for sure. There's no question about that, I would say. Maybe they'll throw us through a loop and do it the same way just because none of us will think it would be the same way. But, yeah, in the finale, I don't know. I mean, he's probably one of the more likely characters, but I don't want to say yes because, only one character is going to die. If who's more likely between Carol and Glenn, I'd probably say Carol. Is Daryl that likely? No, probably not. So I don't know. I mean, we'll have to wait and see who it's actually going to be. He could be kind of working us up for nothing if it's not even a big death anyway, depending on what, you know, how it happens with what Norman Reedus said. So I don't think Glen's going to be killed off in the finale, but it would be a big shock if he was killed off and a big surprise. I agree. But he is probably he's probably closer to the likely side than totally no. You know. So yeah, not very likely, but possible is what I should say. Possible. So yeah, that's it for this Q&A for today, guys. You know, hope you guys like that one, and you know, just to kind of wrap it all up, for anybody creating a new YouTube channel like Ultimate Storms here wants to know, I did create a video a while ago of how to be successful on YouTube. If you go to the channel, you do a search with the search tool, just type in success on YouTube, and you should find it. And it goes through tons of things it's like 20 minutes long, and you know, we go through a lot of different things of how to be successful. So check that out if you guys are interested. Wanted to, you know, give my thoughts on the Carol theory and also the Glen theory. And yeah, so hope you guys have been enjoying the videos. Hope you've been enjoying the channel. I do the best I can. I'm not perfect. You know, I'm not the best person on YouTube for anything, you know, and I never claim to be. I'm just me. That's it. So if you guys like the videos, you know what to do. Please thumb them up below. Please like the video. If you want to help support the channel, please share it. Please favorite it. And I'll call it here for today's. See you guys for tomorrow. As always, Trev. Stay in peace.